What's up, MPX addicts? Welcome to MPX Rehab, your weekly dose of rehab from the addiction that we all hate the withdrawal of so much, Metroplex Wrestling. I am your host, the hashtag certified Mark J. Williams, here with my co-host, as always,
the voice of the MPX addicts. Kyle, we're in a new studio.
Yeah, well, hey, new place, new studio, and I told you I had a really great spring break.
Yeah.
But
someone got stimulated.
Yeah.
Not Tyler Jett.
He got stimulated.
Oh, he finally got stimulated?
Yeah, it's his girlfriend that isn't getting stimulated.
Tiny Hammer can't do it?
I guess not. But MPX's Uncivil War was this weekend, and wow. I got everything I hoped for and more. Because we got to see the return of the Demon of Devastation. We got to see the Monster Hunter hunt the monster and possibly have
monsters.
monsters.
The mask was back, so Evil Silver's a monster. I mean, yes, he's a dick, but he's also evil.
We had some interesting turns on that one too. I mean, not everybody got to see exactly how it played out at the end.
Yeah. Well, we also had the undefeated Brixton Shaw.
Yes, undefeated Brixton Shaw, awesome as always, and the whole show was awesome.
Our reigning MPX champion.
You mean him absolutely destroying?
Destroyed a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
The aforementioned Tyler Jett.
Yeah.
Which, how can he get stimulated if he's dead?
I don't know. I hit the man so hard he lost the ability to read. But let's go ahead and start off with the first match, Tommy Becker versus Tommy Dean, and this match was a lot of fun, and I would not be surprised if this was done on purpose.
Probably was. The match definitely was. I mean, and we had talked about it. We knew this was going to be an athletic showcase.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've said before, I think the Tommy Becker is one of the most athletic people in MPX that people don't really know. Like I said, I think he's kind of like our Shelton Benjamin. And the fact that he's so goddamn athletic.
Yeah.
And it's kind of surprising. And that was, which they have started putting them out, the new Texas Pros, Texas Grand Prix. We were at those tapings, and like I had said, without spoiling things, I think the Tommy Becker was MVP of all those tapings.
He really was.
He had,
how many matches he did?
He had 4 or 5, and every one of them was match of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, so guys, again, IWTV, check it out. New Texas Pro. The Tommy Becker killed it, and it was filmed in our building. So, you know.
And this match between Tommy Dean and Tommy Becker, I got to say, it was... I was just hard to put it. It's like it was athletic because it was just honestly, it was like they were trying to show each other up, or just show that it's like they are evenly matched.
Yeah, and I think that's also Tommy Dean's mindset. I think there was a rumor going around that a lot of people didn't think I liked Tommy Dean. And it's like, no, I do.
Yeah, no, and apparently it's like I can't defend him or something like that. And it's like, no, it's
Tommy's a mate. Tommy Dean is a really good. He's one of, if not. Don't get mad at me, people. If not the only bright spot in Oklahoma wrestling now that Dimitri and Dexter are kind of taken out of it.
Yeah.
Tommy Dean is right now the king of Oklahoma in my eyes, and I mean that's
Well, I mean Dimitri's still going up there and
he goes up there every now and then. I think Wes has announced that he's coming back for a match in May. So
it was like the boss said, nobody ever retires in wrestling.
Well, and I want to say this was prearranged before his unfortunate retirement. But the thing is Tommy Dean is one of those that every time we see him, he gets better and better. Yeah. I think this is what he needs, because every time we've seen him, it's been in matches where it's a tag or a scramble or multi-man. We've never really seen a true one-on-one to showcase his ability. Yeah, I mean, the one-on-one we had was Dexter, which was great. Mm-hmm. That match is really good with him and Dexter. That's where I want to say we got the springboard cutter, if I remember.
I think so, yeah.
Or it may have been the cutter. Dexter just caught him. It wasn't springboard. Dexter caught him in midair off the second rope with the cutter. Is really great. Like I said, Tommy Dean's good. I've always enjoyed him. He's athletic. I would love to have him down here more and to see more of these type of matches out of him. I hate to say
that's actually part of the reason why I don't concentrate quite as much on him in mainline especially, because it's like if we had him more often, if we were able to see more of him, it's like not just his wrestling ability in ring, which he has a large amount of,
right,
but also his character, who he is. It's like, see who he can be in the storylines and everything.
And that was a really cool...
I think I'd be able to, it's not so much get behind him, because I am behind him.
Right.
It's do something with it.
Well, and that was something that was really cool. He posted on Facebook Saturday night or Sunday during the day. It was a little promo video of him and Dimitri, because Dimitri is trying to warn him about whatever's going on in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
he's trying to warn him about a match coming up, and Tommy Dean's like, "Hey, mind your business," blah blah blah. And it was like, oh, we saw an edge to Tommy Dean, something us at MPX has never really seen.
Yeah, because unfortunately he comes in, he gives great matches, but then he's gone, and we don't get to see much outside of that. So if we get to see more outside of that here at MPX, I can assure you that the Mark will have more to say about him.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is it's really hard, especially at MPX, because we are, it's an independent promotion. You only get 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we like about MPX, the fact that we get a lot of action. Yes, I would like more vignettes and more video packages and stuff like that. And we're starting to get them here and there.
Yeah.
But it also takes away from the action. Hence why Raw is kind of a drag, because they're on the other spectrum. They're all video and all promos.
1 hour of it is vignettes.
Exactly. Or maybe even more, probably. Yeah. It's maybe an hour of wrestling, if that.
Yeah.
And so, like, yes, I would love to see more video packages and more promos and more vignettes in the show. It's just really hard to do because, like I said, you get that out.
It's like one of the beautiful things about MPX over even other local shows is the fact that we have the MPX Addicts page. Yeah. The fact that the show, the wrestlers, the fans, they all intermingle, all interact. And that's honestly where I get the whole thing of, the joke of MPX is a family show. It just means a different thing than what other people mean.
Well, then just sometimes don't read the comments because your heroes say nasty things. You're like, whoa, I'm surprised he said that, Dimitri. But no, that's the thing is.
Alex commented on the subject of wrestlers from Oklahoma, and he said, y'all forgot about Malaco.
No, I didn't.
He did not forget.
I did not forget.
I can promise you that was entirely intentional on his part.
Exactly.
Remember, hates clowns.
But no, that's the other thing too is going back to the Addicts page. Wrestlers, I mean, obviously Dexter and Exodus use that probably the best because they're always on there, and they're always talking as far as like just post. Maybe if some wrestlers started filming their own kind of vignettes and post them, that would be really interesting.
I know, it's like we get like little bits and pieces of that from time to time, like when Red did his,
right,
and everything like that.
And I actually think that would be really cool. MPX management, if they're listening, maybe challenge the MPX roster the week before. Start doing call-out promos where like Red did, because that was really cool actually.
I mean, hell, we got a hell of a call-out promo on MPX Mainline last week, and then I found out that the sound was messed up.
Yeah, it happens. Tatum, it's all Tatum's fault.
Yeah, Tatum was very loud and very right there in the mic, so it just kind of.
And he cussed on my show. I'm not allowed to cuss on my show, but
we're on Rehab now. You can cuss on this show. Fuck it. But
I'll never forget that.
One of the takeaways I got from this match, more than any other thing, is like the athleticism. I hate to say it, that's kind of expected of these two at this point. Yeah. The fact that we got a Tommy versus Tommy match was funny, especially since they were pulling off a lot of the same moves. With the same results.
Yeah, I love your frog splash. You were so tickled by that.
Tommy
went for a frog splash, and then he missed. And then Tommy went for a frog. Well, no, he missed too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that was funny to me. Sometimes I have to laugh at my own jokes because I'm the only one who gets them. But no, the thing that really stood out to me was actually after the match with Tommy Becker grabbing the mic and just delivering such a great and entertaining promo.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up is I like how it brought out, you got to the point where it's like Tommy's promo ability, because we've seen Goofy Tommy. We haven't really seen this side of Tommy before. Yeah. And Tommy can talk. And that's the other thing I also like is that he did it by himself. Not necessarily the promo by himself was great, but also won the match. Yeah. Like, and it's one of those things where we're so used to Ryan and Tommy tied together at the hips. That a lot of people tend to forget that Tommy actually is really good on his own.
The Power Rangers show really just illustrated what Ryan and Tommy are together. A lot of times they are Bulk and Skull. A lot of times, so seeing Skull step out and on his own and show that it's like not only is he gifted athletically on his own, but when he has a mic in his hand, he's actually really good.
And that's the thing that is so crazy about Larger Than Life, Ryan and Tommy is. Most tag teams, you have that one guy who's going to excel, and the other one's kind of there. You have the Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty that everyone says. Yeah. that's not the case with these two. These two are both Shawn Michaels. Like, these two are both
I agree
amazing,
with you,
and they both could go, if they wanted to, go single and could dominate.
Well, they did. Remember,
they're both former MPX champions.
Yeah.
They have done this before. But even when they were MPX champions, they were still together. Like, they still did a lot of stuff together.
If there ever was their separate ways,
right? If there ever was a true split, which would obviously break my heart, it would break my heart and most of tag team wrestling's heart, because right now they are tag team wrestling, and especially in Texas. They would be totally fine by themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to have two talents like that feed off each other so well, but also can do it by themselves.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Honestly, it comes, that's the truth when it comes to all of the former Impact players, because like we've talked before about how it kind of switched between the three of them, Ryan, Tommy, and Dave, as to which one of them was the standout, which one of them was the third wheel.
Well, and when I first came back to MPX and they formed, it was okay. I've heard about Tommy before. I had heard Tommy when I was living in Maine. I had heard people talk about him on the MPX page and everything like that. And so when I came back, I was like, okay, well, Tommy's clearly going to be the star. Ryan's the powerhouse. And, well, this Dave guy might get lost. And then it switched. It's like, oh, no, Ryan's the star. Dave's, good hand. He's there. He's solid. Oh, Tommy's going to get lost. And then, no, well, now it's Dave's the star. Like, they all flip through those roles. And you're like, holy crap, these are three bona fide stars.
Yeah, they really are. And honestly, whether he comes back or not, we hope Dave goes on to...
He's coming back, goddammit.
I hope so.
Before he moves, he's coming back.
One more.
I don't care if I have to drag him. He's coming back. But, I want Dave Sagan back.
I was like, no, really. It's like, I hope all three of them get signed, and I think it'd be fantastic if they got signed somewhere and like formed a team again there.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
It's like, I just want to see all three of them succeed.
Yes.
Like, big succeed. As much as we'll miss them here.
Right.
And that's why we keep saying, love your independent wrestlers while they're independent wrestlers. Because soon you may have to be able to pay much higher prices to see them. But after that, speaking of tag teams that really shock and amaze, the boys took on Angel Camacho in a handicap match, and I swear to God, my first thought on seeing this matchup was, well, I know which way the handicap goes, and it's not in the boys' favor.
Yeah. I think this match shocked a lot of people for many different reasons. Number one, I normally hate handicap matches, or kind of the uneven matches, stuff like that. This actually was laid out and worked very well. I was shocked, and I don't know who had it. I mean, I have an idea who laid a hand in it, but Angel and the boys pulled off an amazing handicap match.
Seriously, it was. I mean, it's like, considering some of the matches we had on the card for that night, this was very close to being match of the night, simply by dint of how good everybody in it was.
It was how good it was laid out, and then also just the surprise. I'll be honest, the surprise upset, which you wouldn't.
If I may say, is like Angel Camacho coming up with that Juggernaut helmet.
Oh, it's awesome!
Juggernaut Rhino helmet. That was a
Puerto Rican Juggernaut.
I want to see if we can get him some like shoulder pads to go with it, to where he just gets the full setup. But that's me.
Nah, I'm good.
Sorry,
I was gonna say I'm good with just the helmet.
Like, I know a lot of cosplayers,
because it's also, you got to think of how hard it's got to be to get all that off before you go to the ring.
Well, if you get some good football.
Well, yeah, I guess he could get the one. Anyways,
we're talking like LOD,
That's true. But I mean, like, Angel is one of those where when I first saw him years ago, I didn't get the hype necessarily.
Yeah.
Because it was at that time, I think it was the viral clip that went around of him. And I'm like, oh, so he did a splash. Okay, cool. Why is everyone raving about this guy? And the more I see him, the more I'm so impressed with how athletic he is.
Match.
Oh yeah, no, he's so good.
I think he shocked everybody, even the people who actually know him. Like, like me, who's been watching him for a while, and other people who go to the other shows and everything like that. He's like, we were just watching that, like, holy crap.
No, he was really, really good and showed out. And I hope he's one of those that kind of kind of exodus that we kind of get more and more every now and
really
then.
would love to see more of him.
One, because I miss our big guys,
Yeah.
so to have him around would be great.
And this gave me kind of sort of a match that I really want to see. Is like I do want to see all of the boys, and if you watch CWF, you know what I mean, versus the Camachos, Angel, Zarek, and Onyx.
And I told you that's not happening here at MPX.
I know. It's different universe, different rules, but
no,
still.
Definitely loved the boy, and like I said, the upset with the boys winning, I thought was brilliant, and the fact that it shocked everyone in that building.
I gotta say, the Mad Prince may be taking Zero's crown as no one can die like him, because the way he took some of those bumps were just ow.
Yeah, and that's Zero's technically a winner now, so we need someone else to die, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So and honestly, the Mad Prince.
Well, and the Mad Prince,
insane as he is, like it's that whole thing of we were talking about with Casey and Noah, just the absolute fearlessness of throwing themselves at the ground. I think Gabe Wilder and the Mad Prince just the same level of intensity.
They do, and they keep it throughout the entire match.
It makes me mad that we will never get the boys versus Noah and Casey now.
You can never say never. Remember, it's wrestling. Never say never.
Yeah.
Clark says dogs are better than cats.
Shut up.
Well,
yeah.
I have both. I have no opinion in that one.
Richard also says the setup is better.
Oh, is it?
That's what he said.
Okay. I mean, we're at my place this time rather than his place, so we'll see.
But no, I also love how the Mad Prince keeps his character the whole time. He
wrecks his voice with that laugh of his.
He keeps that sadistic laugh even while getting chopped, and it'll take his breath away, and then he'll keep laughing, and I love it.
Did you know when he got splashed by Angel? Angel gets up and you hear.
It's so great.
Like, oh my god!
That's one of my favorite things about him is how he keeps it going the entire match.
We've talked before about dedication to a gimmick, and honestly, when he started doing the Mad Prince thing at MPX, he's 100% into it, and it works.
And I like how this, because Gabe kind of is usually the bigger one in matches sometimes, and how we actually
Gabe looked so lost. Like, wait a minute, what do I do now?
But I don't know. He still showed agility. He showed hey, I can do more than just be a powerhouse. So I kind of like that.
And honestly, it was that agility that that really started to kind of win them, because he was able to get up and go for the high ground against Angel. Which someone the Mad Prince's size, that's not a smart thing. Someone Gabe's size,
right?
A little more effective.
Yeah, but no, it was like I said. As far as handicap matches go, I thought it was laid out very well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it was exciting, and the upset, and it obviously. Okay, I can't say obviously. I assume that we're either going to get a rematch to where Angel gets his revenge, or you get your wish and a family member comes and evens the odds.
Something of a wish. Zarek and Onyx come in and to avenge Angel.
So, who knows?
I want to see it. I do. There are certain other shows that could pull that off a little better, I'm sure, if they're watching. But after that, we had...
We're only allowed to talk about one other show here, sir. And that's New Texas. So if you're talking about New Texas, fine.
Okay, yeah, New Texas.
There you go.
Yeah.
We don't promote other shows on here except for them, sir.
Yeah.
We're okay working with them.
Speaking of New Texas, Kiefer was supposed to be taking on Dimitri.
Segue.
But,
see, I'm good, damn it.
Card subject to change, unfortunately, as usually happens.
He outsourced.
Yeah,
he did what any good sheriff would do.
Chose a really, really good,
mercenary
for
hire.
Yeah, mercenary.
That's
for
his
hire.
job.
I was looking for a completely other word, but yeah, that mercenary.
The Diamond Dog Industry or Black, whatever it's called.
But we got Luke Langley,
Black Diamond,
being hired to take on Dimitri, and I've got to say, if we couldn't have the match of Kiefer versus Dimitri, I'm glad we got this match, because this match was so fucking good. It's so fun.
And even though I've seen this match a couple times, it's still great. Like, I still don't mind watching them because they're always so good together.
We've seen Luke Langley versus Dimitri before at MPX, and that was really good. But this was different in the addition of Kiefer on the outside and the
Kiefer as the
extra level of the story, I guess he brought to it.
Yeah, and the just extra level of annoying heel type manager almost.
Yeah,
was so great.
It's like if he ever loses his ability to wrestle, which gods forbid that ever happens.
Why would you put that out there in the universe?
I'm just saying that he would be an incredible manager, and I would love to see it.
Yeah, Kiefer is...
Especially as the sheriff.
Kiefer's one of my favorite people, obviously. Just the more and more we talk to him, and then also just his character I love.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always enjoyed the sheriff. Second best lariat still in Texas, though.
I thought he was going to like come and like yell at you or something.
He wasn't even the one that was more upset. Dimitri was more pissed that I gave him number 3.
True.
I got a message from Dimitri just yelling number 3, and I go, "Oh crap! What did I say? That's number 3." And he goes, "I'm ripping Kiefer's head off." I was like, "Oh, you're the clothesline. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, yours is a clothesline, not a lariat. There's a difference." And yeah, that sparked a whole other debate that he got mad at.
Right.
So
no, I remember one time Kiefer had posted on Facebook, "What's the difference between a clothesline and a lariat?" I made the joke of, well, one is a piece of rope that you tie between two trees to hang clothes on dry, and the other one is a piece of rope that you tie to itself to capture, cows. That's the difference between a clothes. Oh, wait, you mean something else. Never mind.
But no, this match was really good. Again, like I said, yeah, I've seen Luke and Dimitri tear it up everywhere. But it's something I'll see again and again because it was so good, and just the added entertainment value that Kiefer brought was great. Before the match, during the match, after the match, everything Kiefer did was really good out there.
With Kiefer, missing his target a number of times and getting Luke instead of Dimitri, and just like it was perfect. It was beautiful. It was done in such a way that the fact that it was kind of a repeated spot, not really, but kind of a repeated spot afterward, you could, it didn't matter.
Yep.
So,
and then Dimitri did take off Luke's head, so that's something.
He
nailed the Brody line. So,
oh boy, it's like I seriously, it's like if that lariat off ever happens, I think there's going to be a third contender.
Yeah, probably.
We're probably going to need.
And if Kiefer gets his wish, and it's you,
it should. I don't know why people want to see me get clotheslined or lariated.
Well, you keep telling other people that they're
Notice Ryan's the only one that's not saying no. It shouldn't be you.
It's because think of who you're kissing the ass of versus who you're.
Well,
but yeah,
I don't know. I've seen one of these men survive Masada, so I think that one terrifies me the most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Plus, I also used the C word once, and he threatened me with an inch of my life. So
you had both members of that team at the time who threatening you.
The other one still threatens me. So, but it's okay. He's dead now.
Yeah. No need to worry about him.
He went to
after
Valhalla.
that, we had the 6-man scramble match, which was supposed to have Luke Langley in it, but he got pulled off to take on Dimitri, which I think maybe he regrets taking that contract now.
I don't know if he regrets taking it because he got paid well.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I mean, what's gonna fight one person as opposed to 5?
I mean, but he could have won that one and gone on to fight Zero next week.
Maybe not. Maybe the right person won.
If you say so.
Mr. Lugo would say the right person won.
Mr. Lugo would definitely say that the right person won, but there's some of us who might disagree with that.
Kari Wright might say the right person won.
Different universe. But Matlock, Exodus Prime, Mars Lewis, Skip Terrific, Red Chambers, and Johnny O'Mara in the 6-man scramble, with the winner going on to face Zero for the MPX Addicts Championship, with Zero at commentary, which just made Tyler Foster's night. You could tell.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, see, if I was Tyler, I would have played the Panic song that he hates so much. But that's me. No, the thing I really like, so I have a lot of fun on Mainline, and like I've said before, 85% of the stuff I say is complete bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe it. The one thing I truly believe that I made a point on Mainline to say was, I don't think fans understand if Johnny wins, then he fights Zero. Why do 2 fan favorites, why do they want them to fight each other?
Because
it doesn't make sense.
For me, it does make sense because they're definitely the type of guys that they would have. They would have a knockdown, drag out fight with each other.
I understand.
Whoever won, they'd be up and hugging and like, yeah, and then they'd go get drunk at the bar.
Put yourself in Zero's shoes. It's taken you 14 years to finally get this, and your so-called brother is the one that beats you for the title. Well, Zero's just going to sit there and go, all right, cool, let's go have a beer. Ha ha, I lost my title that I fought 14 years for. No! I don't buy it. I don't like it.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you on this. I think that would have been a fantastic match. Maybe we'll get one after he beats Exodus next week.
I don't know.
Because Exodus is the one who walked away with the win.
No, remember.
But only because he capitalized on somebody else.
Oh, which I loved so much.
Oh, God, no, that was fun.
That it was timed. Again, the match was laid out perfectly.
It was.
In the fact that the timing was right, which it's no offense to anyone else in that match. Exodus might have been the only one to pull that off.
I agree.
And I like how if you go and rewatch the match, it's exactly what a heel would do. He did the least amount of work. Honestly, he took damage, but he did the least amount of work and still got the win. I mean, Exodus played it out beautifully. The match itself was laid out great.
Oh yeah.
Kudos to again. I love seeing Mars every time he comes in.
I'm glad they're keeping the purple Texas rather than the purple side of Louisville.
Now we just need purple
lights.
Yeah, purple lights.
Entrance,
purple on the Titan or the Videotron because it's green.
Go with purple all the way.
I mean, he's already in purple, so it just makes sense to have lights in his colors. Skip, I thought did very well.
Really in the ring.
John, again, all 6 competitors was great. I like I said though, I think the right person was picked to win because. Out of these, agree. Exodus and Zero is going to put on one hell of a match. I don't want the added story of Johnny and Zero. Like I'd much rather have Exodus go in there. And
I can see that.
And again, I don't like. I'm torn now because I hate how we're at this point right now with Exodus where he's almost red. Like he gets title shot and kind of loses. You know what I mean? So I was
going to actually bring up a Big Fed one where he's almost like Bray, where
right.
He's shown as dominant, and then he gets to the top
exactly
and chokes there.
Exactly. He's never going to get these. He's going to have these great feuds and these great matches, but he's never going to actually win the feud.
Yeah,
he'll win a battle, but he's never going to win the war. And that killed Bray. If you really look at his character, it killed Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it killed the Wyatt family as a whole. It's just the fact that they couldn't win a big one.
And so I don't want to see that happen.
The Chamber didn't count.
And I don't want to see that happen to Exodus, but I also don't want to see Zero just win and lose the title.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted, like I had predicted, I kind of want Zero to have a decent long run with it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where we go with this. Because, again, we could easily do the whole Exodus wins and then immediately at Destiny there's a rematch and Zero wins it back or something like that.
I agree. I don't want to see Zero lose it so soon. But at the same time, I don't want to see Exodus choke again because he's just, it's just, I don't know. This is an unfair match to us, damn it.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely torn because I love Exodus
and
so much.
They showed that, Zero is not going to be anything for Exodus to sneeze at because Exodus tried to come in and sneak attack him and everything like that.
He tripped. Remember, he tripped.
Yeah, tripped right into a, God, what is it? Reverse Bulldog?
No, it's the one. I don't forgot what it's called. Dean Ambrose originally did it.
Oh, okay.
Now EC3 did it. The 1% or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's that weird DDT thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, and Zero's always hit it really good. And that's the thing. Like I said, I don't know what to do because man, I want Zero to have a decent run, but I don't want Exodus to kind of get lost again and kill momentum or whatever.
Yeah, I agree completely. But that's going to be, we'll talk about that one for next week because that's going to be a really good match. But after that, we had Prince Ahmed from Brooklyn coming and taking on Tatum Manning.
Super impressed with Prince Ahmed.
Yeah, I got to admit, I was worried we were going to get just another Prince Mahali. And
and
I love Prince Mahali, so don't take that as an insult to anybody. But I was just worried that we were going to see the same thing that we saw last time.
Right.
This actually turned out to be really fantastic match.
It started out, obviously, I was kind of worried I wasn't worried how the Addicts would react to him. I knew they would react to him the way they reacted to him.
Yeah.
I was more worried on if he would be able to keep it up because some heels, they kind of don't. They'll just lose the crowd immediately. And no, he kept drawing with the crowd the whole time. And that's, again, going back to Exodus for a second. That's the one thing Exodus does so well. Like, next to Exodus and Schaefer, who are probably two of the best heels working against the crowd,
yeah,
Prince Ahmed did really well, I thought.
I think
Um,
really he did.
And granted, granted, I didn't get to speak to him. His page says he's from Brooklyn. Maybe he was just in town for something. Maybe he moved. I don't know. But
if
I
we
would
get him again.
I was gonna
be
say
so
I wouldn't mind having him again. He was so good. Like it kind of impressed me.
His
Like
style
I
is
want
so
to
different from what we normally see here in Texas.
like I want to research more and see some more of his matches because he was really good. And I think this also was kind of a cool showcase for Tatum in the fact that now kind of how Tatum is one of those that they can now trust to bring someone new in.
Yeah.
How we used to have Baby D, Kirby, and Silver. Well, now we can have Tatum in that mix.
Yeah.
To hey, someone's coming in.
Talking about the pillars. I think Tatum's quickly becoming one of the pillars.
Yeah, it seems like he is, and obviously Mike's skills on Tatum are no one can touch him. We got that beautiful promo at the beginning.
The only person who can come close retired.
Yeah. And then just Tatum being Tatum with the Prince Ali and the whole new world, and just Ahmed Johnson really cracked me up because I don't know how many people were actually going to get that.
Oh yeah, no, that one was that you could tell some old school fans in there.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and it's like, of course, Tatum coming up with a win on that one, and riding that line of disrespect with the flag, very.
Yeah, that was
very close, man. Very close.
That was one I was like, ooh. No, but that's the other thing, and that's we want these guys back. We need to MPX management. We need to buy their merch. We need to support and show these guys. Which I don't know if he had merch or not because I hardly go back to the tables anymore.
Yeah, it's like unfortunately I did go back to the tables and I only saw like a couple of people's stuff.
Yeah. So we definitely need. I mean, that's one thing because in the end, the wrestlers are going to say they want to come back or not.
Yeah.
Like it could be MPX match, be oh yeah, we'd love to have you back. If they didn't have a good match or didn't have a good time or felt the fans didn't really buy into them, they're not going to come back. So, it honestly, the addicts need to show their support. Yes, definitely boo him when he's there because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
After the match, after the show,
the heel, keep it kayfabe.
After the show, break the whole kayfabe thing and go shake their hand, buy their merch, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. But hopefully we do get him back at some point, even if it's later on in the future. But after that, we had the third prospect title defense for Joe Angelo Garcia as he took on Mr. Legs, a former MPX prospect champion himself.
Yep, exactly. And that was such a good match.
It was.
I was shocked.
I was impressed by Joe, just beautifully selling the leg strength of Legs. And the fact that Legs had just... It was a lot of fun.
Apparently it was Prince Ali, not a whole new world. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I make mistakes. Jeez.
He's also got somebody constantly hounding
exactly.
him right now. Rocky, really, buddy?
Like, what are we talking about?
Sorry, I had a dog in my face. But, so Jag versus Legs.
Yes, that match. Again, Legs is one of those that he's got this unique style that not many can work with because he's a big luchador.
Yeah.
And, we've seen Sky work with it, so that's great. And Joe works real well with Legs as well. Yeah. I was kind of shocked because I was worried about how they would mesh up because of Joe's speed and not necessarily being able to... I don't want to say be power, but trying to lift or move Legs or catch him or whatever.
I was a little worried that Joe was going to have to slow down for Legs because as good as Legs is, he's still fairly new. So I don't know how many different styles he knows how to work with.
Yeah.
But, Legs was able to work it and Joe didn't have to slow down too much.
Nope.
It turned into a pretty good match. And
I love how they incorporated, Legs is powerful, Randy and Lenny, whatever. Until Joe chopped it, and I was like, "Oh yes, he's selling
that handprint.
He's selling the too much sauce on his thigh. I loved it, and oh my god, the handprint, Jesus!"
And we haven't seen Legs bruise like that before, so this was a new one, Joe. That was kind of hard, man.
Oh, it was
great,
because it weakened Randy. Yeah, we'll say.
I think it was Randy.
We'll say Randy.
Yeah, which
we don't like Randy.
I was going to say it'll make you happy.
No, it was the match. I thought again very well done. Joe picking up the win was not surprising. I think the fashion kind of was to a degree.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the announcement after, I think, is what was really kind of shocking and
It's
surprising.
really kind of what it's been leading up to in a lot of ways.
Right.
Of Jackson Stone making the announcement that he's talked to MPX management, and Joe's going to have his 4th defense next week at MPX Showdown, and it's going to be against Jackson Stone. Everybody.
Which, again, is something else I'm torn with because of the Zero and Exodus. Is okay. I want Joe to win because I think Joe deserves it, but we just got the prospect title back. I don't really want the prospect title to be held back up again.
It's like, on the one hand, it's like it's Jackson Stone. I want to see Jackson Stone win. I want to see him reach the pinnacle and everything like that.
Right.
But at the same time, Joe is just so amazing, and I love watching him, and him being, the prospect champion.
And since Joe's come back late last year, or even before that, whenever he first started coming back, before COVID hit, I think it was November before COVID, he started coming back more and more. He's had match after match after match that have been match of the night, if not match of the night contenders. Yeah. Like every match Joe has had since he's come back has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and it didn't matter whether he was going up against another veteran or going up against a rookie, because his match with Casey Clay, holy shit.
His match with Casey, his match with Marsh, this match up here, I believe him and Dexter had a match in one of his early ones when he first came back.
I think so, yeah.
Just again, he had
that was one of those ones where it was kind of dangerous to do that because Dexter, being he's always writing that line. I think people love him. And
I was gonna say I think we were on the We Love Dexter train because that's when he started winning.
Yeah,
and
he got his very deserved win, and everybody's like,
so I think that was the hey, we like Dexter train until later, and people realize, oh no, it's more fun to hate him.
Yeah.
But no, that match is again going to be amazing, and then Jackson calling out the weak ass chops because we obviously know Jackson probably does have the hardest chops.
I still want to see it like a chop off between him and Brixton.
Well, now you got to add Joe in there.
Yeah, and we've got a security guy who's a perfect target for that.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He checks temperatures every time you walk in.
I hear he's good with the camera, though.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. But
he likes to use his middle finger a lot behind the camera. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's so unprofessional.
Yeah, very.
And he never watches this show, so the fucker can deal with it.
I was gonna say, I've talked about him how many times and actually praised his work, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't watch." Well, fuck you then.
Yeah, jeez, man, come on. It's like we should talk you on Mainline because it's funny. We should praise you here.
You think people would understand that by now? I talk shit on Mainline.
Rehab is my characters.
God.
But that match was really good, and why is this the following match not going to be, the match after not going to be at Destiny? Why is this prospect match going to be before?
My guess would be one of them has something else to do.
That's entirely possible.
I mean, Jackson does have baseball career right now, kind of. So
really,
coach.
I didn't know. Oh, he's a coach.
Yeah, he's coaching. Okay. So
I was gonna say he's like he got back.
Sorry, no, sorry, that was confusing. He's got a high school baseball coaching career going. How's that?
Awesome. I think he's perfect as a coach because his life coaching.
I was gonna say he's already a life coach.
Yeah, it's like his knowledge of baseball, his life coaching capabilities. I mean, it's a Disney movie waiting to happen.
I mean, he already,
I have to get through to these kids.
How do I teach these kids?
As if we couldn't already like him more.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, we got to witness a murder.
A lovely, lovely good murder.
Yeah, as Tyler Jett returned, and you could tell that the fans were happy to see him.
I was happy.
Yeah, and
until I realized who it was, and then I was like, "Oh crap, never mind. Sorry, Tyler."
That's when he went from Tyler Jett, to Fat Floyd's gonna die.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and so he takes on Sky de Lacrimosa, and then you find out
before that,
that this was not just some random match set up by MPX management.
I mean,
this was a personal request from Mr. Isaac Mason,
and that was what I think. As much as Tyler Jett being there popped me, which kind of got ruined because of who was sitting next to us, and knowing Tyler's there and hearing his music was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It was the music we got after that immediately I was like, oh, he's here.
He's actually
and
here.
He walked out, and I was like, holy crap!
Just tells me, And some people have taken the vaccines and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, hey.
No, having Isaac there and having Isaac live in the building to cut what is one of the big, like, I mean, you were saying, there's no one else that could have sold it the way Isaac sold it.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie is good. Jamie is amazing. They are two completely different characters. And the way Jamie would have sold this and the way Isaac sold it would be completely different. Both would have been good. But the way Isaac did it was beautiful for the story they're telling right now.
It's like the difference between a scalpel and a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
You know, Jamie, as good as he is, he's a sledgehammer. He comes in there and he is just, you know, just beating on you with everything. I know, I've experienced this personally.
Say, he'll eviscerate you.
And he's just like, just completely, yeah, no, okay, a scalpel and a machete. How about that? That works, yeah. He'll just come in and eviscerate you just completely with brute force. And Isaac is just so much more delicate, so much more sophisticated about it, which I think is why the Impact players versus the Crypt was probably my favorite feud of all time, because we got to see the two of them go against each other. And but Isaac, I love the fact that we're getting Isaac back in person, because as good as the videos were, him there in person is so much better.
Yes, and again, just the way he sold it, and then when Dimitri came out to try to save Tyler Jett, and getting stopped and then handcuffed, and then we hear Isaac go into detail about Dimitri's past, his family, his history, the history of the curse. Everything about that was just beautiful. And then Sky sitting there the whole time just would look and then beat, look and beat. Just everything about it.
It just tells you that Isaac may have gone a bit on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre side of things, but he is still the same, you know, mastermind who has a deal with the devil himself.
Yes.
So it's just like, it was beautiful. And I just love the fact that he's got that cane in his hand, and he's just looking at security and everything.
Security.
Like, one of you takes one step forward and I will put you in the ground, so help me God.
Oh,
and
that was so great. Just to sit there, if I will end you. And then every ref and security is like, well, not fucking with Isaac. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Do what you want.
And then Sky coming in with the wrench. And I got to say,
it's a big wrench.
And he also beat him with a tiny hammer. So, you know.
But Sky had a big wrench.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler came in, tiny hammer. Look what happens.
Yeah.
Big. You need big tools. What? I don't know why you're laughing, sir. Just saying.
Oh, no. I'm laughing because he's like, if he ever comes back, he's going to kill you.
No, he's dead. Remember Valhalla?
Yeah.
Tyler Jett knows.
Yeah, but that's the thing about he's already from the party halls of Valhalla, which means he's already in Einherjar, which means he already comes back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that means we need to whatever. Granted, my only thing's from Thor, so we have to get the sword and close the bridge, right? That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, close the bridge.
Yeah, got it.
But yeah, and the match itself was really good. You know, it's like Tyler looked a lot better than the last time we saw him versus Sky.
I don't necessarily know can we call it a match?
Well, okay, I did say at the start it was a murder, but I'm talking from bell to bell.
Yeah, Tyler did, I think, look a lot better than the last time we saw him. Just case in point, the way him and Sky, and it's both their credits, but Tyler was able to get up for the Death by Stereo on the outside, which worried me to death. I didn't know, because at that point he had already been kind of beaten. Yeah. I didn't know if
it just showed that he had beaten off the ring rust, so it was
I didn't know if him or Sky would be able to do it, and they did it, and it was beautiful. It was well done. The wrench shot at the end from the angle we were at was beautiful looking. The angle Brian Pulver took pictures of was beautiful. I haven't watched it yet on camera. I hope the camera side looked beautiful.
I agree,
because it looked like a murder from our vantage point.
Yeah, it really did.
And again, just Isaac, and then after the shot, and Isaac goes, "Okay, y'all can get him now.
Now you may help him."
I was like, "Oh damn!" And then poor Bambi.
It's the whole thing of you know who the true power is at MPX right now, and it's Isaac Mazer.
Yeah, exactly. And then just poor Bambi trying to get the handcuff key.
He wields the chainsaw. Yeah.
Hunter Hampton says, "Hey guys, I know it's been a minute, but I just wanted to let y'all know that I finally got a PS4. I can finally start on CMW."
Oh, that is fantastic news. Finding out that we're going to have the Certified Mark Wrestling promotion going on finally. That's going to be great. Can't wait to bring that to you guys, because everything we've talked about it is going to be good. So
much excite.
yes, very much. But then after that, we had the main event, the one that I will be perfectly honest, this is what I was waiting for. Because it was Brixton Shaw and the Monster Hunter, Matthew Palmer. The undefeated Brixton Shaw.
Eden Grace will yell at you.
Yeah, and she was back.
She was.
A
lot of her was back.
Hardakis and Jason Silver in the mask. It was just... it was so good to see.
It was great.
And I finally got to see something I wanted to see from one of the monsters for freaking ever.
Go on. No, go on. You're excited. Go on.
No, that was the end of the match. Sorry. What is one of the big things I keep saying I want to see Monster do? You know, it's like monsters, in my opinion, are a different level than heel or face. They destroy everybody.
Yeah.
And he destroyed everybody.
Well, and again, that was the other thing I said on Mainline that I think, at least in my eyes, how I would have wrote it and booked it and interpreted it is that he was sending a message to Brixton, in fact, like, look, that's supposedly my friend. I don't care about him. I'm going to kill you later. Like, I don't care about this match. I don't care about him. I did that to him. What do you think I'm going to do to you? But it was, I don't know. It's kind of weird, like, because, we had Palmer took the heavy bump on the outside.
Oh, jeez.
While Silver kind of took the...
I'm surprised Palmer's alive.
Well, and that's the thing. When you look at these, you're like, that's more of a Silver bump. Why didn't Silver do that one? But then you realize, oh, well, because Silver needs to take the pinfall. So
yeah, he did the claw slam to him on the outside. Palmer almost hits the announce table. I don't think either Cody or Tyler speak Spanish, so it shouldn't have gone through it.
Oh, maybe I'm remembering. I thought he hit him on the apron. Didn't he pick him up from in the ring and then threw him over the rope onto the apron?
Yeah, he did, and then he almost hit the announce table.
Oh, because he rolled off. Okay, yeah.
Didn't just roll; he bounced.
Well,
and that's supposed to be the hardest.
I was going to say
that
there's no bounce there.
Exactly, which means all the bounce was coming out of Palmer. Ow.
Yeah, and then he still got up. Can't kill Palmer, apparently.
No, apparently not. I think he took some of the immortality from Jason. That's what it is.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. But the match was good. Like I said, I really wanted Brixton and Hardakis not to really touch each other. We obviously didn't get that. They beat the crap out of each other.
Man,
some of those shots were hard.
Oh, man. It just makes what's going to happen at Destiny just all the more...
It's going to be good. And then... So good. You're talking about chops, and man, Brixton went really hard on Palmer's back. That tag.
They cannot afford to. In my opinion, if I were booking, which means, of course, this is not at all, the mindset that whoever's booking is going to have. I would make sure that the match between Hardakis and Brixton is nowhere near the main event. Because if it's not the main event itself, it's going to steal so much of the thunder. I was going to say. And considering we're getting Sky and Dimitri at the main event, I don't want that happening.
Well, and that's the thing I've always said about MPX is every year with their big cards, Purple Rain, Destiny, Cold Day in Hell, they lay out the cards so beautifully. And because I'll sit there and be like, I don't know how you lay this out without one getting overshadowed or one being forgotten about. And they lay them out perfect.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy to see where they put this match.
It's like, then again, the MPX addicts could, prove me completely wrong. They could have, Hardakis versus Brixton as the co-main event, and then right after that we get Sky and Dimitri, and the cheering never stops. You know?
I mean, it is possible because I think all four of those men are going to be out to steal the show and to make people remember, and not just them. There's the tag match that is, getting hyped up when we don't even know who the opponents are.
Yeah.
But larger in life, and Ryan and Tommy by themselves are selling this as a match to build up to.
Yeah.
It's Destiny, sir.
Yeah. No,
we're on the road to Destiny.
We are. As a matter of fact, the name of this episode is Follow Your Destiny.
Road to Destiny.
Follow Your Destiny. Road to Destiny is next week.
Dimitri's going to follow his destiny to Curseville again?
Road to Destiny is next week.
Okay.
But, I can't wait because Destiny itself is going to be incredible. And it is just... I saw pictures from when Jason Silver won the MPX championship in 2018, proving that it's been 3 years now. And it's just like, it just once again just reminded me how much I love pro wrestling.
Yes.
Especially at MPX.
It's one of those things when my favorite thing from that Max Landis video years and years and years ago about pro wrestling is not pro wrestling. When done right, there's nothing fucking better in the world than pro wrestling.
Hell, John Oliver said it himself. Wrestling is better than anything you like.
I mean, it's when it's done. Yeah, there's a lot of bad wrestling, and when it's bad, it's super bad.
God, it's horrible.
But when it's done right, it's fucking beautiful.
It's
and so far, that's obviously why we keep coming back to MPX. Is they do it right. They do, like I said, from
even the bad matches are good.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Wait, no.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
Okay, it's the exception that proves the rule.
And I like how it's your favorite that's involved in that.
I hate that so much. It makes me so mad.
It's the man you want to give everything at MPX to.
Yeah,
every title, every Rumble wins. Yeah.
It's just because I have ideas and he's involved in some of them, and I'm just like, this is the whole thing of, remember, I want to be a booker too.
I was gonna say, which I love how I kissed Jamie's ass, Ryan, Tommy, Sky, whoever. Yet I've never been accused the way you get accused of loving Sebastian.
And it's not even true. It's like, I'm just like, I could see this. This would be great to see. I'd love to see this match. This would be perfect for that. And I'm just like, I have all these ideas of what I'd like to see. But I don't want to give him everything.
It's not what we've heard, sir.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. I don't know. I mean, well, I've seen some matches with Sebastian that I'd love to see at MPX, but we're not going to see anytime soon. But yeah, MPX's Sons of a War. That was an incredible show.
Yes.
And after that, we've got the Showdown coming this Saturday.
And I love the video package they built for Destiny. It's one of those, again, we're getting more and more of these. And like I said, I love, and it's kind of like I said, it's a double-edged sword. We get this video package and we get the vignettes, which are great.
Yeah.
But, and at least 2 right now, we have not lost any matches. We're still averaging 7 or 8. So I think it's great that they're incorporating these in there. Because it was 2 weeks ago.
Short, sweet,
exactly.
To the point.
Because we got 2 weeks ago, we got that Eden Grace one, which I thought was great. We got the one with Palmer where he pretty much said, "I'm going to be your partner."
For $50.
Thought that was good. Which I guess we forgot to mention that Palmer's in possession of the evil mask now.
Oh yeah, I knew we were forgetting something. And I was talking about it at the beginning of the show too.
Yeah. Which that again is because immediately he went to like put it on and was like, "No."
And what's funny is apparently as he was starting to bring it up, apparently that's when the feed cut.
Yeah, so someone told me that.
Everybody was watching it at home. Got suddenly he's putting the mask, going to put the mask on, and then nothing.
Did he or didn't he put it on? I guess.
I almost wish that everybody at the show had been able to say, "Well, find out next week."
No, we could all play dumb. No, the lights cut out for us too. We don't know.
No idea what happened.
Or we could just be Lugo and be assholes. Be like, "Oh, you should have been there live."
Yeah, exactly. Or my favorite is, he's like, "What happened last week?" Well, get the network.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, okay, yeah, we shield things. Lugo's pretty good shield too. He's an asshole about it, but he shills and it's great.
I think he's the only person I'd say is a bigger heel than you.
Probably him. Yes, definitely. Because I have a twinge. I have this, which is an outlet for me to be me and be nice or whatever. Now, if I was mainline the whole time, I might could take him.
I think if we had Lugo on this show, we'd get a much different Lugo than we get on.
No. Have you ever actually talked to him?
I have.
He is who he is.
I know he is who he is, but it wouldn't be quite so one-sided.
I don't know. He's got his favorites, and he
very much has his favorites, and he's allowed to have those.
He is hands down saying Exodus is going to beat 0.
I disagree.
And that's the thing. No, part of me is like, I'm torn. I don't want him to, but I also do want him to.
Because it's like, well, let's go ahead and talk about Showdown because we're going to get that match, and we're going to just talk in circles on this one. It's like we're torn. We're completely torn. Because we love 0, and we're so very happy that he finally got the recognition he absolutely deserves. He's got a title that he absolutely deserves.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I don't want him to lose it on his first actual defense.
And that's a title that, when you look at what that title was created 4.
Mm-hmm.
It literally was supposed to be a fan favorite title.
Yeah.
And
which
so
makes sense that Dimitri was the inaugural champ.
Exactly. And the people in that match, I believe it was Dimitri, Baby D, Frankie, and I am forgetting
Marcus Rose.
Yes, that's right. Besides Marcus, even though Marcus, he's got his Lugo.
I was going to say he's got his cheering section.
He's got people who like us. We like him, but he's also a heel, so we boo him. Whatever.
Yeah.
You had those 4 in there for the inaugural title, and when you look at the history of people who've held the Addicts title, and they've always kind of been the fan favorites or big enough names like Ryan, a big enough heel that people kind of get behind. Like we've talked about, it's a workhorse title, kind of.
And really, honestly, MPX has always avoided that trap that a lot of other shows will go to with their secondary title of not making it the hot potato title,
right?
Which really just robs any credibility of it, in my opinion.
And it's one of those when Zero, like to me, Zero capturing the Addicts title means more if him and Johnny had captured the tag titles, or if he had captured the Prospect title, or maybe even if he just flukily won the MPX title. To me, I think the Addicts title winning means more as far as like because of knowing the history of Zero and knowing how hard he's worked, and then to be considered the Addicts champion. He's the champion of the people. That's why it was always great when Tatum did turn face and he was the Addicts champion. Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's
the point of the Addicts championship.
Yeah, that's what makes the Addicts championship
he's
so
the
great.
Champion of the people. And I think it was I think Dave was the one that kind of first started that.
Yeah, he
where
really
he's
was.
like, "Oh, I'm the champion of the people and the Addicts," and blah blah blah.
Where he'd come up, you and Austin and everybody over in that corner, would throw up a sign with him. It was on the freaking opening credits for a bit. It was great. And honestly, and that's really what makes it great for me, because I compare. Honestly, last week I compared Zero winning the Addicts title to Ricky Steamboat. He never won the big title,
right?
But he was the Intercontinental champion, and it was fantastic. He brought so much honor and credibility to it.
And there's people like Chris Jericho or Shawn Michaels, both in their documentary said they never thought about winning the World Heavyweight title at first. What they did to break into business, they wanted to be the Intercontinental champion.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted because of people like Steamboat, because of people like Savage.
God, when they retired it for that short period of time, I was just like, it's like the U.S. title, to me, that was the WCW one, and the Intercontinental title, that was the WWE one, and both of them together, just like, it just sucked that they destroyed them. And then when Steve Austin brought out and not only did he bring it out, but he brought it back with the traditional white, and I was just like, yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like I said, that like technically, I guess if you're ranking MPX titles, the Prospect title is technically the second mid card. It is the MPX title, the Prospect, the Addicts, the tag.
And that's the thing.
And but to me, the Addicts it's the workhorse title. I mean, look at the guys who have held it, like Dexter, like Ryan, Dave, Tatum. These are guys who are, if they're not future or former world MPX champions, they're some of the best workers we have. Yeah. And so I think Zero having that,
as like, again, I think the only title hold that really didn't do it the justice it deserved, it wasn't even his fault. It was COVID. When Malaco held it, we didn't really get to see him defend it because, COVID.
Right, and that sucked. It was, in the mad world.
Yeah. But then Dexter got it, and he got something that he's deserved, for a while. And the fact that it bookended so beautifully with, he was there to start going after the MPX Addicts Championship, and he finally won it.
You have a fan saying, "Go like that to your stash." There's something there. It's distracting them. Yeah.
I don't know. No idea.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was like, I really don't want Zero to lose it in his first defense, but at the same time, like we said earlier, Exodus losing again in a big match just feels
kind of kills everything about him. But it's also one of those where it's like, it's a catch-22. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because Zero winning, awesome, people are happy. Exodus winning, some are happy, but a lot of people are upset Zero's lost.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, okay, cool. Then, like you had said, one thing you liked about the X titles, or even any title in MPX in general, it's not hot potatoed.
Yeah.
if we do what we thought, where we say,
even when
"Oh,
the Axe
Exodus
title
wins and then
was-
Zero wins,"
Even when the Axe title was hot potatoed, quote unquote, it was some of the best freaking matches we'd ever seen. Because we had is Chandler winning it for a hot second, maybe
Yeah.
having one defense
He,
and then losing it again, right back to the person he lost it.
yeah,
won it
him
from.
and Ryan went through that series of 3 matches where it was like boom, boom, boom. And there was someone else that did that too. I think
Tatum.
Dave. Oh, that's right. Tatum and Dexter went back and forth.
No, it was Tatum and Chandler.
Was it Chandler
Yeah.
that did it again?
Yeah,
Okay. I don't
he
know
won
why
it and
I'm
lost
forgetting
it
that.
within the span of like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But even then, like I said, it was some of the best matches.
Yeah.
So it's like really wasn't all that big of a degradation of its integrity, in my opinion.
Right. And it's one of those where, like I said, yeah, we could do that and it might help save Exodus a little.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I hate that because also
Doing it a third time would kind of suck. But
well, and it's not even that. It's okay. We would have to not do it at Destiny. Destiny would have to be like a
week off.
Well, it would have to be like maybe like another scramble to Zero's in it, and he has to win in order to get another shot. Because we don't have, which that's the one thing I love is we don't have automatic rematches. Yes, I know we've broken it from time to time.
So many times.
I don't think so many. I don't think it's been so many.
I will admit it's mostly involved one person when this happens.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Sure.
Nope. We do not slander the great Jamie Aller on the show, sir.
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a name. I just insinuated that it might be one person it revolved around.
Again, I don't know. I know it's going to be one hell of a match because these two, Zero is, even before the title win, he was out to prove a point. Now that he's got the title, I think he wants to prove that point.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to want to let this go. And he's going to literally quite possibly die trying to put on one of the best matches he possibly ever has. And Exodus is going to be right up there with him. I
believe we're going to see a whole new level of Zero on this.
We are. And I think we're going to see different Exodus because Exodus also is, yes, he's been climbing. I think he, to a degree, feels that too of, look, every time I have this great big match, I kind of falter. Now, he did get the big win over Dimitri.
Yeah.
So he didn't lose every feud he's technically been in.
Yeah, no, he won that feud, but then he went on and lost the MPX championship match.
Yep.
Which, that sucked, but still,
But he put it was a great match, and I think it helped elevate and honestly keep Exodus as the top heel we have.
Yeah, no, and I will say that is
because again, you don't get buried. You can lose and still come out better than if you had won. And I think that's one of the matches with Exodus.
You can lose every match and still, people still look at you.
And then look what happened when Dexter won. People actually kind of got behind him.
Yeah.
Patrick says, "I love that dog."
So do I. This is Rocky. He is the certified mutt. He's my best bud.
And he has now been registered as an emotional service animal.
Yep. Sorry, I have anxiety. But going on from there, we also have the fourth MPX Prospect Championship match between Jackson Stone and Joe Angelo Garcia, and I don't know why I skipped on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought you were trying to throw it to me. I was like, sir, I am talking to a fan. I am sorry.
But this match, it's another one of those, I'm torn.
Yeah, I'm torn. It's because, like I said, I want Joe to win because I want Joe to eventually get an MPX title, but I don't want to see the Prospect title gone away this quickly.
And for me, it's actually less about the Prospect title and more about the competitors between it, because I want to see Joe go on to be MPX champion. I want to see Jackson go on to be MPX champion. And just this match is just, that's another one of those. It's like, why is this not at Destiny? It's like,
yeah, and like I said, my guess would be one of them's busy or something. Who knows?
I guess the Big Fed has really just kind of spoiled me when you have those pay-per-views in which every title is on the line and everything like that.
Right, and that's
obviously MPX being an indie show. Most indie shows can't afford to do that,
and they may still very well, depending how this match goes and who wins. And same with Zero and Exodus. Maybe they just were prior bookings we couldn't get out of. Plus, you have to have a big show before the big show, right?
Yeah, true.
It's
the penultimate show. It's the go home.
Look at
show.
the big Fed with No Way. Oh wait, no, with Fat. Oh, never mind.
No.
Bad examples.
Yeah.
No Way Out used to mean something, and it used to be great.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what Fastlane is supposed to mean.
Fastlane's dumb. It used to be Elimination
Fastlane
Chamber
is more
too.
like speed bump. But yeah, as like this match is going to be incredible because they are two top tier talents.
Yes, and we've already been pretty much promised a chop battle to end all chop battles.
Yes. Because we got those big, just monstrous paws of Jackson Stone and
the hands
too
are
much
fucking
sauce.
huge.
Really. It's like I don't know. I guess it's the fact that he's just got such a soft demeanor as a person that you just don't realize exactly how big Jackson Stone really is.
No, it's very Jack Swagger. Like I've said with Jack Swagger. Or Hagar, whatever his name is now. He's deceivingly big.
Mm-hmm.
Like on TV, he doesn't seem that big. But then you stand next to him or go meet him, and you're like, oh, you're fucking huge.
Yeah.
Why were you not pushed to the moon? And then he talks, and you know why. But, I'm sorry, because I love Jack Swagger. But, God, I can't. Never let him talk. Never let the man talk.
That's why he's got.
I mean, just picture, and then this isn't. People don't say this because I know it's not true. It's an example. Say someone like Hardaka spoke, and it was Mike Tyson level high. That kills it. So you can't do that. Never let Swagger should have never talked.
Yeah, and Swagger, he also wore the mouthpiece because he's a actual honest to God
Right.
wrestler, collegiate wrestler. And so he's always talking like this.
Exactly.
And it's just like thuffer and thuckatash.
And Hunter corrects both of you saying Jake Hager.
Jake Hager.
Jake, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've watched AEW like 6 times.
Last week was really good.
I
Thunder Rose,
I'm really mad that I missed it because
Thunder Rose and Britt Baker were amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm also digging MJF's new whole stable thing.
I gotta say,
I just wish Wardlow wasn't part of it. But
I'm hoping we get a match
general.
that we got to see at MPX once at AEW because I'd love to see it on TV. Thunder Rose is AEW.
Yeah.
So is Leva Bates.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you not seen Leva Bates is no longer on AEW at all ever?
What happened?
No, she's there, but she
okay.
is like primarily backstage. Hardly is she
Damn,
ever
what
in the
happened?
ring. No, that's what she was brought in for.
Oh, okay.
She does a shitload of stuff behind the scenes for him.
She's such a good wrestler.
The librarian thing kind of died out pretty quick on Dark, and they never really use it again.
Yeah, true.
She's a cosplayer.
I agree.
Get her to do something else.
Not on AEW.
Kenny does it.
The fuck Kenny does. When did Kenny cosplay on AEW?
He has cosplayed a number of times.
In Japan, not on AEW. Sir, Americans do not stand for
I think
cosplay.
it was the last All In.
Nope. Lies.
And then you have fucking Brandon Cutler.
Oh, yeah. No, Brandon Cutler's...
also on Dark.
I love him, but yeah.
Nevertheless.
And of course, there's the match that's a culmination of
Apparently you're going to get canceled.
I'm going to get canceled.
Making fun of people with speech impediments. How dare you? Swagger. And then, yeah, like I was saying, you can't cosplay on TV because you need permissions and stuff. You can't do it in America.
Japan.
Japan.
Done a number of times.
No, sir.
I agree.
Just because Seth Rollins comes out in all white and he's a White Walker doesn't mean he cosplayed as the Night King from fucking Game of Thrones or whatever.
Yes,
Or, maybe a New Day coming out in Super Saiyan armor.
Nope, doesn't count.
Or Kenny Omega coming out as the One-Winged Angel.
Nope.
On All In.
Oh, that's a thing?
And
thought that was just the name of his move. The One-Wing Angel is actually something.
Yeah.
Hunter says Kenny Omega as Sans from Undertale at AEW.
Nope. Didn't happen. Not at all.
Undertale, by the way.
But, of course, like I said, there's the match that a lot of us have been waiting for. It's a culmination of a feud that has been brewing since December. Casey Clay, Tatum Manning finally going one-on-one. Tatum threw out that challenge on our...
Cussed on my own show that I can't cuss on.
Blew out the gain on it, too. It was like the sound was fine, and then suddenly... Roar!
Alex also says Rey Mysterio.
Okay, Rey Mysterio is like different.
Yeah, and apparently the source says New Day got permission for everything for that. So
okay.
AEW is small. They don't get permission. Well, I take that back.
Small.
No, wait a minute. I take that back. Fucking Tony Khan just buys the shit.
I was gonna say it's like Tony Khan now
'Cause-
owns Undertale. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he just buy like Brody Lee's tribute music or whatever,
Something
so he
like
could
that.
play it without having to pay for it?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Which Vince has never done for anything Metallica, because I think it's WrestleMania 28.
Mhm.
If you go watch it, they took out the Metallica on it because they didn't want to pay for it anymore, because they had like a lease or something on it.
Oh, that's funny.
Sounds about right.
It's almost as funny as Metallica getting
DMCA'd
copyright. Yeah,
DMCA'd on their own music.
yeah,
Yeah, Ray's not cosplay; it's completely different. Which
Yeah.
we said we agree.
yeah. That's a different thing altogether. But yeah, Casey Clay, Tatum Manning going 1-on-1 finally.
you
I
don't
know
want-
why this isn't happening at Destiny.
You don't want Tatum to cosplay as something? I mean, he could come out in the gold chain. And
I was
the
gonna
little-
say he's like he already
the
comes-
$500 silk shirt.
Yeah,
Or no, we need the
No,
the what is it? The turtleneck chain and the fanny pack. That's
Yeah,
what we need.
he's already done that though.
Did he?
Yeah, he did it in one of the vignettes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Turtleneck and chains.
And
They're
it's like no,
favorite.
actually, what he needs to come out with next is you need to come out wearing jorts and like a work shirt,
Oh God.
cap to the side. like you
He's
used to
not.
do.
He's not our John Cena.
He
No,
could be.
no,
He could be.
no.
Am I right?
So
Am I right?
fucking help me God, if we start super seeing the fucking shit out of him, God.
It could happen.
No, MPX management is way
MPX
smarter than that.
MPX management won't do that to us, but it's just like, just have it be the next one. Then after a while, he comes out wearing like body armor, wrapping. his
Well, he already
hands.
does the whole Hulk Hogan thing,
Yeah.
so he might as well just come out and do a fun 5-knuckle shuffle and you can't see me. He does the blue thunder bomb.
Yeah.
But you got
Just
that from
do
Frankie.
an FU, or wait, no, he's already done he's already doing the clout breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have him do a attitude adjustment. It was better when it was the FU.
Oh no, I still call it the FU.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the AA, it's the FU.
Yeah.
And it's the STFU as well.
I don't know. It's like, I guess they really just wanted to get the F out.
Well, they were also running for Senate.
True. But this match is going to be incredible.
Two of, if not the brightest young stars in MPX history in a
Uh-huh.
long time. And to have these two,
Two future MPX champions, I'm 100% convinced.
and I'm also convinced if they want to, we'll see them on bigger stages. Going to tear the house down to prove that they've earned this spot. I know Tatum, even though Tatum is who he is, and he knows he's kind of good. Okay, I don't want to say he knows he's good, but
That's good
he
to say.
still fights to earn that spot.
Yeah.
And now that, like we were talking about, he's kind of one of those pillars. He's fighting even harder. And I think Casey wants that spot just as much. And I think Casey's also got a chip on his shoulder of, y'all gave everything to Tatum. I've had to fight for everything. And I think
I
Casey's
love that he's going with the I should be the real rookie. of the
Exactly.
year. And it's like finding out that nobody gave him that idea.
yeah.
I'm just like,
No,
that's
he's
beautiful. That's perfect. Thank you so much for doing that.
and I'm just curious how this is going to work, because we've seen Casey in matches to where I don't want to say, like the match with him and Sky was so good, and it was because Casey could do whatever he wanted athletically, and Sky was going to be there to carry or catch him.
Yeah.
Don't know if Tatum can do that. Like, I know Tatum's good in the ring. I don't know how well
Are you
Tatum's
worried
going to
that,
be able.
Tatum's going to fall?
Kind of. I'm glad you got it. No, it's one of those things where we talked about it earlier. I really think if it's me, and of course I'm not booking, so it doesn't matter, I give it to Casey, because a win for Casey does more than a win for Tatum does.
Yeah, it's like we've talked about before about people who are, I guess, insulated from
And Tatum's fans are
momentum
always going to be
loss.
there. Tatum's momentum's never going to falter. I mean, Tatum could go on the Dimitri like losing curse,
Yeah.
where he loses every time he comes out, and people are still going to cheer for him. He's still going to get a
Tater
huge
Club is still
pop.
going to be there, and we
Tatum's
love you guys,
still
and
gonna
hate you guys
be-
at the same time.
Tatum's still going to be the biggest name at MPX, even though he doesn't win. A win for Casey only helps propel him to overtaking X's as our top heel, probably. And if he loses,
Oh God,
where
then
do we
I'd
go
love
from
to see
there?
some kind of like back and forth between the two of them, like not a face turn for either one of them. Just like
Kind of like how Marcus and Dexter tried to do.
Yeah.
And then Marcus couldn't come to the show that one time.
Yeah.
Because we were finally getting that, weren't we?
We were.
Maybe I'm
and then we got
misthinking.
We got something like it after. We eventually did get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like Dexter and Marcus going after each other, or
right.
MJF and Chris Jericho.
And that's another thing. Like Casey, again, like you said, Casey used Facebook in that post beautifully. Perfect. Mm-hmm. And like you said, to find out that no, that was all him. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
and it shows that he's definitely made for this business.
It is, and it's the thing. Like I've said before, like you can kind of pinpoint some styles here and there. Like obviously, we know Tatum loves The Rock and MVP.
Yeah.
Because he does his moveset.
Yeah, I was like, he's a huge 90s and early
fucking
2000s.
Literally, I can't tell what Casey does because I feel like Casey just literally sits down, watches them, and goes, "Oh, I can do that," and then just does it. Like I don't see him having
That's
a
not
style.
A horrible style.
No, it's not. Like I can't sit there and be like, "Oh, he's a high flyer. Oh no, he's a power. Oh no, he's a grapple. Oh, he's technical."
Honestly, I think that's defined as super indie style. Just proving I'm going to do it just to prove I can. Just so long as we don't.
I just wish he was here 3 weeks ago to do a moonsault.
Yeah.
Hunter says, who do you think would win the MPX title first?
If I had to put it between them, I would say Tatum.
And I want to say Casey just because I think Tatum's such an obvious answer. It's like Silver.
Yeah.
Everyone predicted Silver to win the title long before he finally did.
Yeah, true.
And when Silver finally captured it, it meant something amazing.
Yeah.
And it's I think the same needs to be done with Tatum. I think I think we need a slow. Not necessarily a slow build because obviously Tatum is, like we said, I don't want to say Tatum's at his peak, at his highest right now. I still think he can get higher within MPX. I know he can get higher outside of wrestling.
Oh yeah, well he's working on that too.
He's going to be
he was
higher everywhere.
He was a DFW All Pro last week, and next week this week, or I think he's gonna be over at either this week or next week. He's gonna be at Smash Mouth Wrestling.
Yep. Yeah, he's fighting Exodus at Smash Mouth.
Yep.
The Players Ball.
Yeah. And I have to agree. It's like it seems like they're destined to do this forever, which is perfect.
Which is great because it's one of those where they just happen to come to a show and be like, "Hey, y'all are working each other." Okay, cool. And it turns out they have amazing chemistry in the ring, and also their smack talk. And like, let's be honest, at MPX, Exodus probably one of the few that can keep up with Tatum now that Jamie's gone.
Yeah.
So.
Alex says the 26th.
Yeah.
The 26th. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, the day before Destiny. I knew it's a Friday.
Yeah.
So, because I might go and I might not. I don't know. You know me. You know how I feel about the
depends on whether I'm going to have the money for it or not. You know. But because I did get the stimulus check, but I live paycheck to paycheck, so that's mostly gone anyway. Also, I have a wedding to plan, so. But yeah, no, this is like this match. I can see Casey winning it and it being worthwhile as a whole, because it could keep the story between Tatum and Casey going.
It keeps them going, and it also
gives Frankie a reason to come back later on
to
take on Casey.
Exactly, and it also just because I'm a sadistic asshole, I want to see all the addicts cry. I want to see everyone get upset that Tatum lost.
Oh.
I want to be and I know Pat. I know Pat will join me.
Your
but
tears
I want us.
Taste like tater
I was
tots.
going to say I want us to be the only two standing when Casey wins, and cheering. Because I know, like I said, I know Pat will join me because he also is an asshole like me. So
I'm a Casey Clay fan.
But you wouldn't know. You remember at the show you were a Mark.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so you're
I'm
not
not
going
allowed
to
to be a fan.
Exactly.
Especially since I was the first one to call that Casey did it.
Yeah, how dare you? Actually, no, you weren't. Other people I had read said that. This guy had a really nice article, said everything he gave a bunch of ideas. He gave a bunch of, it could be this person or that person. That wasn't you.
That was me.
No. That was someone else.
But
I think it started with an E, maybe. I'm actually being serious.
No.
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was an E.
I think Ernie Pruitt did it as well.
That's who I'm thinking.
No. I was just gotten over being salty about that. Thanks.
Oh, I know. I'm there to jab it right back in. Yeah.
Jackass.
I mean, and there's also, the Tater Club. They said Casey framed Tatum. So.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. Hey, Lily, do we have any other matches announced? No, nothing else announced?
Nope.
I mean, honestly, that's all we need.
I was really wishing Dave did it, but just because I want Dave back.
Yeah. He was on my list too. He was like number 2 on my list.
No, that was Ernie's list. There was also the Frankie did it himself.
Yeah. Frankie did it to himself. Jamie did it, obviously. And then, of course, number 5, the lowest possibility, Tatum did it. And I was right the whole time.
Yeah, Tatum did it.
Yeah. No.
See? Just see how...
No, he didn't.
Just watch Mainline. Very disrespectful, drops F-bombs.
On your show.
A little... slightly racist in his match.
I think that's unavoidable when you have the foreign villain.
Yes, it is. It's any time when you get because we're Americans and therefore USA is the best.
I'll give Tatum credit. He never once did the USA thing. I'm so...
Again, I was joking. Tatum handled everything very well.
He did.
And he tiptoed around everything that I thought would be easy layups that they didn't do that I'm glad they didn't do.
He did not take the low-hanging fruit.
Nope. And he went high and nailed it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it made for an incredible match between the two of them.
Exactly. And I loved how the entire match, and I've noticed it, but I just noticed it more in this match. Tatum never shuts the fuck up.
No. No, he is constantly talking. It's I don't know why he bothers having gum. He's always talking anyway.
Like the Mad Prince never stops laughing. Tatum never shuts the fuck up when he's getting beat.
No.
And I don't know why I've never noticed it until that match.
It's perfect to have opponents who can talk as well.
Right.
Coda Jacobs from last week. Or a week before, and Ahmed, just constantly bantering.
Yep.
Couldn't understand a word he said because he's speaking Egyptian, but
Yeah, that was well done though. And again, I was thoroughly impressed with Ahmed, and I would love to see him back if
he's really good.
Ever in
because
town again.
We don't talk about this a whole lot, but there are different styles for the different areas and everything. It's because Ahmed comes from, if he really does come from the Northeast, that's very high flying, kind of intense style.
Yeah.
Over on the West Coast, that's where they get really kind of super indie.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah. And here in Texas, we've got a very classic style here.
We do, and we're also, though, I think we're very hybrid. We do get a mix a lot. On our Richter show, he was talking about it, how he was one of the first ones to kind of do that Eastern Coast style.
Yeah.
And it kind of melded into what we have now a little bit. And it's not even, it's all that in the world. You got Canada, who's very shoot. You got England and Germany, who's very technical and grab.
Yeah.
You got Japan, who just tries to stiff the fuck out of each other and break each other's necks.
Style.
Which I don't know how Kota Ibushi still has a neck. It's amazing.
Neck lifts.
How do you feel about that? Getting rid of the IC title?
I don't know. I mean,
I always thought New Japan had too many titles to begin with. It's just that's one I don't know why we get rid of.
I think the U.S. title is the one that really needs to.
The U.S. one, well, I get why they keep the U.S. though, because they're trying to expand. I get that. I would probably get rid of the Never Open weight just for the simple fact of it's like the X Division title. What the fuck does it mean? Anyone.
I always thought X Division was supposed to be a cruiserweight championship.
No,
but then, Samoa Joe wins it. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, it was. There are no limits in the X Division. And it's like, okay, cool. So
and then it's just like every other fucking match.
Exactly, and it's the same with the Never Open weight. It's like, okay, cool. So it's pretty much anyone can challenge for it. So it's not a junior heavyweight and it's not a heavyweight. It's just there. Yeah. It's just I would get rid of that one. I'm okay. I have mixed feelings because while it has a short history, it's only been around. MVP was the first one. I think that was 09, maybe 10, maybe even later. And pretty much has been MVP. There's maybe 8 people total.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I just, again, it's it's kind of weird to just get rid of your quote unquote second mid card title.
And it's the reason I think we should just go, if they're going to get rid of any of the titles, I think the U.S. title would be a better choice than the IC title.
Yeah.
It's simply because the U.S. title was originally there so that, they didn't have the Gaijin going and, invading their main title.
Which
picture.
I guess.
And now, it's happening all the time.
Anyway. And which, I guess in that point, if you do get rid of the U.S. title and you've got New Japan Strong anyways that you're trying to build, just create whole new titles.
Yeah.
So, I guess the U.S. would make sense. I just never really liked the Never Open weight.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was side discussion. Sorry. It just made me think when we're talking about Ibushi.
I was like, we can talk about just about any show. We will talk forever about it, too.
The thing I do hate that they're doing is they are changing the design of the heavyweight. It's supposed to be a whole new brand new belt.
No.
So, and the IWGP was always very
Well, I guess
it looked very old and classic looking.
Can they do worse than WWE has done with some of their belts?
See, when the one they have now first got issued, I was like, "Oh, that's ugly." It actually grew on me. I'm actually okay with it. I'm one of the few that like the spinner title.
I thought the spinner title was fun.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun.
Especially
now,
when it was John Cena that held it, because
right. And then when Edge made his own, I thought that was cool. But then when someone else won it, I'm like, well, no, it shouldn't be a spinner title anymore.
Yeah.
And then when they pretty much redid it, but just not spinning, I was like, why? That's ugly.
Yeah.
Like, it only made sense when rapper John Cena had it.
Yeah.
But then when he stopped doing a white rapper and it wasn't Edge's rated R title, yeah, it made no sense for anyone else to hold it. Except for The Miz, because he turned it upside down. I thought that was cool.
That was great.
Which that one pisses me off too. The Miz deserves better.
I agree. I mean, Bobby Lashley definitely deserved to win, but
he does. But man,
it's like Zero in Exodus.
It really is, because while it's great that Lashley has it. Man, I just to give it to Miz for a day, really. Yeah.
Although I think it is kind of
all I know is after Mania, the Miz better have a decent run with the title, because they're giving them the fucking celebrity match again. Like, and that's another thing. When you look back, I don't think Morrison's ever had a match that was not a ladder match or celebrity match at Mania, because he had to deal with the Snooki bullshit. So,
I mean, admittedly, she surprised me when
she was all right.
Work, but outside the ring, yeah, she was a fucking nightmare.
And then I think he was involved in the Maria Menounos as well. Wow. So just. Bad.
Man, poor Johnny.
I know. And now they've got his wife, and she hadn't even debuted yet. Makes no sense. She's part of the
speaking of promotions that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And this is where we're talking about is, like, the difference between having one booker for too long and a team of bookers, but that team of bookers doesn't really help out when.
Well, and it's like we said, there's still only one person. If WWE went to a Vince, Triple H, Steph voting process, it might work a little better.
Or even actually used the writer's room like a fucking writer's room.
Well, no, you have the writers give their ideas, and then, because that's what they're doing now. The writers are doing it, but then, another thing too is too scripted. Let the fucking wrestlers be wrestlers. Yeah. I always loved the CM Punk interview where he's like, one of his first days, like a writer's first day, he came up to him with paper, and CM Punk's like, "What's this? It's your script for later." CM Punk just crumpled it up and threw it at him. He goes, "Don't ever hand me that shit again," and walked off. Because CM Punk was one of those that they knew they could trust to do whatever the fuck he wants on the mic. He's going to get the point across. Yeah. They need to do that with more of them. Now, granted, some of them, probably need fucking help.
True. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns is good in the ring, but he needs a manager?
No, different. When there's, I forgot where it was, him and Seth. When Roman is actually allowed to be Roman, he's good. When he has a script, and you can tell the difference. When he has a script, it's bad.
Okay, I'm
Roman. And that's why I think Hill Roman's good, because he can tap into it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then Heyman, obviously, yes, Heyman works. See, perfect example. Going back to Swagger, never let him speak. Always have a manager.
Yep.
He would have been a huge start. Same with Cesaro. Unfortunately, Cesaro is stuck with that kind of accent.
Yeah.
That American audiences aren't going to forgive. And Vince absolutely hates, so therefore he's never getting anything. Yet if they would have given him Heyman back after WrestleMania 30 when he won the Battle Royal, when he dumped out Big Show, Cesaro would have been a huge star.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think we've run out.
Our viewers have already dropped off, so
probably. I don't know. They haven't heard us really go off that long about other shows before, so who knows? Maybe we.
I've gone off on SWU before. Fuck them.
Always while we're live. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Let us know who you think is going to walk out new champions.
Schaefer.
Prospect
wait,
champion.
What? Schaefer? Yeah, Schaefer comes back and just kills everyone.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But who's going to be the new prospect champion at the end of the show? Is it going to still be Joe, or is it going to be Jackson? Who's going to be the MPX Addicts champion at the end of the show? Is it going to be Zero, or is it going to be Exodus Prime? We'll find out at the end of
Zero and Joe.
Zero and Joe?
Zero and Joe.
You think status quo?
I don't think we change titles. I think Casey does get the win. And I think Ryan and Tommy are going to kill someone, probably.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. We also... Actually, I don't know how this works. I thought Dimitri said he had a message for us on Saturday.
Well,
But
said
he is
wasn't gonna
also working in Oklahoma Saturday, so maybe a video vignette.
Well, maybe.
Maybe we'll
Well,
get
he
a
did
video
say
message.
he wasn't gonna do some long, angry tirade of a post. So,
Which
you know.
I don't know what that's a call out to. Sky's post made perfect sense to me.
Of course it did. But yeah, I can't
Which
wait for this Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets now. And tomorrow, the MPX's Uncivil War will be on the network. So if you don't have the network already, why not?
What's wrong with you? I
Yeah.
thought you liked MPX.
Yeah, seriously. But make sure you tune into that too, so that you can know what's going to happen on Saturday. Because, hey. And of course, after MPX on Saturday, make sure you tune into mpxmainline.com so you can catch us, completely crapping the bed again, once again.
We did fine.
Yeah,
Tatum threw us off.
Yeah. It did take us a little bit to recover from Tatum on that one. But
Well, that's because we were all shocked at how fucking good it was. I like Angry Tatum.
Oh, yeah, no, Angry Tatum was freaking amazing.
Angry Tatum was amazing.
Our show's not stupid, is it?
Well, yeah.
But either way,
Jamie
thanks for
always
watching
thought so.
MPX Addicts. Gotcha be with you.
See y'all Saturday.
Hit the button.
No mark out.
Oh my God.